one giant storm don't speak. Well, the government officials and the establishment media are definitely doing a good job of keeping reports like this out of the public eye. And of course, that's their goal because it doesn't fit the narrative at all. In fact, it shows the hoax and exposes it for what it is, a global false alarm. Right here, German official leaks this report, and some of the key passages of this report say that the dangerousness of COVID-19 was overestimated. At no point did the danger posed by the new virus go beyond the normal level. Imagine that. The people who die from corona are essentially those who statistically die this year anyway, because they've reached the end of their lives and their weakened bodies can no longer cope with any random everyday stress, including the 150 viruses currently in circulation. Worldwide, within a quarter of a year, there's been no more than 250,000 deaths from COVID-19, compared to 1.5 million deaths, 25,100 in Germany, during the influenza wave of 17 and 18. The danger is obviously no greater than many other viruses. There's no evidence that this was any more than a false alarm. A reproach could go along these lines. During the corona crisis, the state has proved itself as one of the biggest producers of fake news. Indeed. Who is the, and yet they weaponized the term, or at least Donald Trump did. And he's the president now, but during his campaign, he helped weaponize that term. And then, of course, now mainstream uses it whenever anything goes against their narrative. Well, that's fake news. So there you go. So far, so bad, but it gets worse. The report focuses on the manifold and heavy consequences of the corona measures and warns that these are grave. Other reports here in the States have said the same thing. More people are dying because of the state-imposed corona measures than they are being killed by the virus. That one sentence sums it up right there. More people are dying because of the state-imposed corona measures than they are being killed by the virus. The reason is a scandal in the making. A corona-focused German healthcare system is postponing life-saving surgery and delaying or reducing treatment for non-corona patients. They're doing the same thing here. They're doing the same things here in the States. How many doctors and nurses and other technicians and so forth have been laid off here in the United States alone? Because the crisis never materialized and nobody can come in for any other work. I myself need blood work. I go through the VA medical system, but they won't see me and do any testing or anything else because corona. So they're right. More people are going to die from the corona measures than they are from the virus itself. So a corona-focused German healthcare system, yeah, okay, we've covered that. So Berlin is in denial mode. The scientists fight back. Initially, the government tried to dismiss the report as the work of one employee. They always do that because they don't like the report, and they commissioned it themselves. And its contents are his own opinion, they said. While the journalists closed ranks, no questions asked with the politicians, just like they do here in the States. But the 93-page report, titled Analysis of the Crisis Management, has been drafted by a scientific panel, appointed by the Interior Ministry, and composed by external medical experts from several German universities. The report was the initiative of a department of the Interior Ministry called Unit KM4 and in charge with the protection of critical infrastructures. This is also where the German official turned whistleblower Stephen Cohn worked and from where he leaked it to the media. The authors issued a joint press release already on May 11th, berating the government for ignoring expert advice and asking for the Interior Minister to officially comment upon the experts' joint statement. Therapeutic and preventive measures should never bring more harm than the illness itself. Their aim should be to protect the risk groups without endangering the availability of medical care and the health of the whole population, as is unfortunately occurring. We in the scientific and medical practice are experiencing the secondary damages of the corona measures on our patients on a daily basis. We therefore ask the Federal Ministry of the Interior to comment upon our press release, and we hope for a pertinent discussion regarding the corona measures, one that leads to the best possible solution for the whole population. At the time of this writing, which it was published today, the German government has yet to react. And this was on May 11th. A month later, they still haven't reacted to this press conference. But the facts are sadly vindicating the medical experts' worries. On May 23rd, the German newspaper Das Bild titled, "Dramatic Consequences of the Corona Measures, 52,000 Cancer Operations Delayed." Inside, a leading medical doctor warns that we will feel the side effects of the Corona crisis for years. And of course, as you can see, they're shooting the whistleblower and ignoring the message in Germany and around the world. This is the first time I've seen the report, and I look for stuff like this all the time. So I'm glad I found it over here on globalresearch.ca. It's a really good resource for me and for you as well. I'll let you read the rest on your own, but wow, there it is. An official report that the German government commissioned themselves. But then when the outside experts gave them something they didn't like and told them that these numbers and the coronavirus measures are doing more harm than good and killing more people than the virus could ever think about, well, they didn't want that coming out, and they can't have that screwing up their narrative. But of course, now there's reports coming out saying, oh, the virus is starting to weaken now and blah, blah, blah. So I don't know which narrative they're going to move forward with. We'll see. But either way, we know that this is at a minimum, a global false alarm and a giant hoax that has destroyed economies worldwide and destroyed lives. I can go on and on. But it just really ticks me off. And then people are still running around drinking the Kool-Aid. Social distancing, got to wear a mask, all this stuff. Wow. Wake up, folks. Wake up. It's a global false alarm. And there's all these studies now coming out to prove it, including their own from the CDC, showing that it's the same death rate as a normal flu season. So, wow. Time to wake up. Time is short. As you know, we are listener supported. If you'd like to help us out, you can do so at the channel. Do so at the channel's website, don'tspeaknews.com/donations, and all the links to help us out are right here, including Bitcoin, PayPal, Patreon, and Cash App. So we thank you for that as well. And don't forget to check out the blog, and you can get to the YouTube channel from here and the podcast, and check out our sponsors over at Timmerman's Talents LLC. They're a full-service installer of wind, solar electric, solar hot water heating systems, serving Wisconsin, Illinois, Minnesota, and Iowa. And their website's right here. And a video if you'd like to see what they do. All right, I'll keep my eyes on things as always, but wow. Yep. They are crashing everything, and they don't even care that they're getting caught. God bless, take care. Johnny Storm, don't speak.